Hi everyone, this is Mohit and welcome back to Ingenious TechHub channel. So in this video, we are going to share with you Cofoge interview question and answer for automation test engineer 2 to 8 year of experience. Okay, so let's move in the first question. The first question is always tell me about yourself, guys. So if you are watching this series, you can skip this. We had already discussed. Tell me about yourself. We have a separate video for that. How to Bhajan, tell me about yourself. So keep in your mind, tell me about yourself is crisp and clear. What you have to highlight in your tell me about yourself. Your name, like your current organization, which organization currently you are working, your relevant experience, like you are having a total 8 year of experience. So how many experience do you have in automation? How many experience do you have in manual testing? How many experience do you have in API testing or mobile testing? So here you have to tell your relevant experience. Your skill is very important, guys. So what a skill you have to highlight? Like I am very good in Java skill, I'm very good in Selenium skill, so highlight those skill. So most probably what will happen, whatever you are going to speak, the interviewer will pick you the same thing. They will observe and they will pick the question from them only. Okay, your current project you have to not explain each and everything. Project you have to explain only domain, right? In which domain you have worked, right? Then you have to tell your roles and responsibility, or you have to tell your framework if you are working in your automation project, right? So your roles and responsibilities important, skill sets are important. Highlight as per the company requirement, or you have to prepare also. If you only highlighting the thing, that will not work. Okay, so this is your first question. If you watching my series, you can skip the question. The question you already know the answer, you can skip, guys, so don't waste your time. Okay, but watch my full video. Okay, you will get some, you know definitely new questions, you will get it. Okay, so which reporting tool did you use? Okay, so in my current project, I am using Extend Report. So we having the many report, guys. So w- Extend Report is popular nowadays, but we having the another report also, TestNG report, LU report, Cucumber report, JUnit report. You can search in the Google, you will get many more. Okay, so you have a specific, like you have at least one report, you have a knowledge how to integrate in your project and all, right? So Extend Report is a customizable reporting tools that offer the several reporting format, including HTML, PDF, email report. You can integrate test Extend Report with TestNG, JUnit, or other test automation framework. Okay, so what is page object model? So I have given theory as well. So simply I'm going to discuss what is the page object model, right? You can see in the snapshot we are writing the simple script, but in the real time we do not write this. Why? Because if you will write everything in your one place, then if you have 100 test cases, we cannot maintain those, right? Because every release or every sprint we have some changes, right? If you will do in the one classes for everything, it will not work in the real time, because maintenance is very tough, right? So what we can do, we can create a separate, we have a application is what layer of the pages. So every pages we have a one class. Okay, in this class we can uh, capture our elements, right? So in the future, if anything is going to change, then we can go for the specific classes and we can fix it. It won't be break the complete things, right? This is the main thing for regarding the page object model. So I have mentioned in the same thing, starting and the UI automation in Selenium WebDriver is not a tough task, but you just need to find the element and perform operation. Let me keep down here. Okay, so as you can observe, we are doing the find element and filling the value for those element. This is the small script. A script looks easy, but test suite will grow as add the more and more lines of the code. Yeah, I had told you, right? Now we having the Fiverr script. When when you have automated your complete application, might be having the 400 and 500 script. So this thing will not work in real time. A better approach to the script maintenance is to create a separate class file which would find the web element to fill, okay, to fill the verify them, and this class can be reused in your script using the changes in the web element. So you have to also take care of reusability, right? So when you are creating any method, that method must be reusable, right? Might be you have some test cases, and that some of the steps you have already developed, and the same steps be having the another test cases, so we can reuse this. So that thing we have to take care. Okay, so I have mentioned in the same thing here, right? So page object model is nothing but it is a design pattern or not a framework. This is the design pattern, it is not a framework. As the name say, we will working on the pages. Page will be a pure Java classes. So here we have a pure Java classes. Based on the application behavior, we will create a separate pages and will store all the locator and respective method to use them. Okay. So now let me show you another page. So this is the we having the approach to develop the page object model. So here we have some advantage of a script will be more readable format. Using the page object model, you will able to achieve the flow like easy to maintain, readable, more readable as compared to normal script, and reusable. Two ways to implement page object model. So using the normal approach and using the page factory. Okay, so be having the normal way we can use simple by class, or page factory we can use, page factory is a class. So just I took this a snapshot, guys. So here, if you are new in the Selenium, guys, so you have a hands-on practice. Here, this video will help you to which type of the question they're going to ask you. If you're going for the interview, having the at least one time your syllabus is, complete. Otherwise, you will stuck in your interview because your concept is not clear, right? But this session only will help you the types of the question you can take your interview, how I am explaining. The content will help you. Okay, you are missing some point, you can add it your point in your notes, right? But only if you are watching the video, you are not doing the hands-on practice, that will not work in the real time. You have to do the practice. If you will not do the hands-on practice, you will not get the confident. When you will start your interview, you are not a confident, then you will reject in your interview. The best practice is you have to do practice, hands-on practice. Okay, so here just I took the snapshot, what, please implement the code as well, for the time saving, because everything I cannot tell the practical thing in our session. We have already separate video in my channel also, and many tutor we have a Selenium series you can watch, no problem at all, whatever you feel comfortable. But in my playlist you will also get it. Okay, we have implemented and we have executed. So here we have a page factory. So when you will use at the rate find y, so here we are using the page factory. This is also one interview question. What is page factory? So page factory is a class which is available in the Selenium only, and we have a init element. It will accept two parameter, driver and page, and it will return the same page. Means whatever the page you are storing your element. Okay, so please explore the topic. I'm not going to spend more time to exploring the topic. So here, if you're new, please first you have to work on your complete syllabus. Other than the page object model, what can you use? We can use BBD, okay, behavior driven development. We use data driven testing, and we use keyword driven testing. So what is BBD? BBD is a design pattern that focus on the behavior of the application and the test rather than its implementation details. If given, when, and then, right? So in the Cucumber we are implementing BBD, right? So BBD framework is like the Cucumber, and a spec flow used to the use a specific domain, a specific language to describe the behavior of application in the human readable format. Data driven testing. Data driven testing is a design pattern, a separate the test data from test logic. In this pattern, the test data is a store in external resources like CSV, like XLS, properties file, JSON file, XML file is fed the test and perform the test in the multiple set of data. Okay. Then we have a keyword driven framework. Many of them, oh, if you are working in the company, you guys already use this keyword driven framework. So keyword driven testing is design pattern that use a table based on the approach to define the test steps. So in this pattern, the test cases are represented as a table where each row represent as a steps in the test case and each column represent as a key or action to be performed. Actually, I have worked on the all frameworks. I have a one project, like two project I worked on the keyword driven. So keyword driven, like we having the some codeless automation backend is already developed. Just you have to create a data in your Excel sheet, and we are using the keyword to execute our Selenium script. Okay, so this is the another approach except page object model. Okay, next question is why and which strategy do you follow for automation? Okay, so this is the important things before starting the automation project. We have a strategy, we have some planning, we have some documentation. We cannot blindly we can start our automation project. The most important part for the strategy and all, we have a stable framework. If your framework is not stable, then it is very difficult to maintain our automation project, right? So we have to focus on our framework. Our framework is stable. Our framework is, what I can say, reusable things are there. We should not, and it's like easy to maintain. Okay, so let me. I have collected some points, so I'll go bit fast here. Okay, because the video size will increase. Okay, timing will be increased. The automation test automation strategy define the success of automation, test automation, and well define the automation strategy ill that the best result the organization team should be spend a good amount of timing strategy. Without a good automation strategy, the automation can lose. So I have discussed the same thing, guys. So we cannot blindly start our automation project. So our popular strategy 4. So we having the multiple strategy here. Shift left approach, where the testing is integrated into the software development process from the very beginning. So now these days we are following the agile process, guys. So parallelly we are doing everything. Okay, some of the project, like they are only doing the manual, then manual is completed, then they can start the automation. They have some planning and all. Okay, but mostly project we are doing parallelly everything. One resources is there for manual, one resources is there for automation. Some module is already developed, tested, manually tested. We are doing the same thing in the same sprint in the automation as well. So what is the profit for that? Profit for that, in the early stage we can find the defect, and we can also have a stability of our automation as well. Once your application will release in your production, everything we have ready, right? So we can run our automation as script, automation should, right? We like everything is ready, right? We should not wait for long term and all. So that is the beauty of agile. Okay, so let me read the another point. This involves the automating the test at the unit and integration level, as well as incorporating the automated testing into the continuous integration and delivery pipeline. Okay, so CI and CD, and this approach can help to catch the defect early in development process, and which can lead to a faster feedback and quicker resolution of issue. Another strategy is we can prioritize our test cases, right? So whatever the high risk test cases or whatever the critical business related test cases, we can give the first priority to automate this. So what will happen here? This approach can help to ensure that resources are used efficiently, and the most important tests are automated first. That is the one approach. Or it depend upon how we are doing the strategy. It depend upon your test plan, your manager, and in your requirement, your client requirement. Okay, it's also important consider the maintainability. I told you, right? When designing the automation framework, so framework is must be stable. This involves the creating the modular reusable code, and that can be easy to update and maintain over time, right? So if you are running the regression suite and your automation framework is not stable, then what happen? You have to spend a lot of the time to fixing your test cases and all, but we don't have a time, right? So if you have a failure, then we have a quick fix. You have to debug it is a defect or it is a script issue. If you have a script issue, then you have to quick fix. Otherwise, we can lose our business, right? We don't have a much time, right? So this all the thing we have to take care by development of the automation. Additionally, it's important to establish coding a standard, right? We have some instruction. So we have some instruction to our resources. Coding a standard is very important, right? Best practice to ensure that the code consistent, easy to understand, and easy to modify. This all the things we have to take care in our automation strategy. This is important. Let's move. So what are the Selenium exception? So description you guys can read one. Just you will get many exception. You can search in the Google, or you will go for the Selenium talk. But whatever the exception you are frequently facing, just you can keep in your bucket handy. If someone will ask, then you are able to explain with and this, how to resolve this. So here I did not write how to resolve this. Just I have written you know exception types and what this exception is, right? So we have a no such element exception. This exception is thrown when element cannot be focused on the page. This occurs when element locator is incorrect, right? Then we have a timeout exception. This exception is thrown when commands take a long time to the complete. Then we have a element not visible exception. This exception is thrown when element is present on the page but not visible. This can occurs when element is hidden behind of the another element, or when it is not at fully loaded. A state element reference exception. This exception is thrown when element that was previously located is no longer to present in your page. Invalid selector exception. So this exception is thrown when element locator syntax is invalid. And we have a WebDriver exception. So this is the general exception that can be thrown a variety of reasons, such as when a browser is closed unexpectedly, or when the WebDriver instance is not properly initialized. So in the many scenario we'll get for the WebDriver exception. So read it properly and find the solution, and you have a solution as well how to handle this. Okay. So why to use Maven build, right? So without Maven, I think it's very difficult to maintain our project, right? So we having the Maven dependency. So Maven can automatically download and manage the dependency, such as Selenium, WebDriver, or other library for your project. This can save the time and reduce error compared to manually managing the dependency. Now build automation. Maven can automate the build process, including compiling the source code, running the test, and packaging the application into the distributable format. Sorry guys, distributable format. Okay, this can save the time and ensure the consistency across the different environment. Another is test execution. Maven can be used to run automated tests, including Selenium test as a part of build process. This can help to catch the defect in the early development process to ensure that the application functioning correctly before deployment. Reporting, right? So Maven provide the built-in report tools that can generate a report on the test result, code coverage, and other metrics. These reports can help to identify the area of improvement and tracking the progress over time. Then we have a continuous integration, right? So CI/CD. So Maven is often used to conjunction with CI/CD, like continuous integration tools such as Jenkins, which can automatically build and test your application every time code is committed to the repository. So this can help to catch the defect early state, ensure that application is always in a deployable state. Okay, so this is why we use Maven build. Okay, if you find anything, you can add in your notes and you can explain. Okay, I think that's it, guys. So few more questions are there. I will try to upload those videos soon. So again, thank you so much for watching this video. If you are new in the channel, please subscribe my channel and press bell icon to get new video notification. You will get series of the playlist. You can go through that playlist. I'm not here showing you. You will get in the description. You can visit in my channel. I have a plan to upload many videos. So now I'm working on the API and rest assured series. So if you want to learn, you can just go to my channel for the playlist and you can see till now I have uploaded 42 videos. So still I am working on that. Again, guys, if you have any feedback, how I can improve these sessions, please comment below. Definitely I will try to improve. Thank you so much. In the next video. Bye bye.